Hi everyone, I'm Barry Stagner and this is his channel Newsbreak. The pilots of a doomed Lion Air Boeing 736 MAX scrambled through a handbook to understand why the jet was lurching downwards in the final minutes before it hit the water, killing all 189 people on board. 3 people with knowledge of the cockpit voice recorder contents gave this report. The investigation into the crash that happened last October has taken on new relevance as the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration and other regulators grounded the model last week after a second deadly accident in Ethiopia. Investigators examining the Indonesian crash are considering how a computer ordered the plane to dive in response to data from a faulty sensor and whether the pilots had enough training to respond appropriately to the emergency, among other factors. Following the second fatal accident, U.S. authorities are reviewing whether enough was done to ensure the plane was safe to fly, while attention is also focused on the training of the Lion Air crew and whether airplane manuals are clear enough. It is the first time the voice recorder contents from the Lion Air flight have been made public. The 3 sources discussed them on condition of anonymity, and the pilots of the JT-610 remained calm for most of the flight, the 3 sources reported. Near the end, the captain asked the first officer to fly while he checked the manual for a solution. About 1 minute before the plane disappeared from the radar, the captain asked air traffic control to clear other traffic below 3,000 feet and requested an altitude of 5,000 feet, which was approved, the preliminary report said. As the 31-year-old captain tried in vain to find the right procedure in the handbook, the 41-year-old first officer was unable to control the plane, 2 of the sources said. The Indian-born captain was silent at the end, all 3 sources said, while the Indonesian first officer said, Allahu Akbar, or God is greatest or greater, a common Arabic phrase repeated in majority Muslim countries that can be used to express excitement, shock, praise, or distress. The plane then hit the water, killing everyone on board. The operation to take Islamic State's last enclave in eastern Syria looked close to an end on Wednesday with no sign of clashes, as U.S.-backed fighters said they were combing the area for hidden jihadists. Reuters reporters overlooking Baghouz from a hill on the bank of the Euphrates at the Iraqi border said the area was calm and the Syrian Democratic Forces militia searched for tunnels and landmines, an SDF official said. The Syrian Democratic Forces, or the SDF, on Tuesday captured an encampment where the jihadists have been mounting a last offensive of the tiny enclave, pushing diehard fighters onto a sliver of land at the Euphrates River side. French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian, whose country has participated in the campaign, said in Paris he expected the announcement of the final territorial defeat to be made in the next few days. There was no immediate update from the SDF on Wednesday on the fate of the remaining militants. A group of women and children were seen being evacuated from the Baghouz area the same day. Islamic State's defeat at Baghouz would end its territorial control over the third of Syria and Iraq it held in 2014 as it sought to carve out a huge caliphate in the region. While it would represent a significant milestone in Syria's 8-year-old war and in the battle against the Islamic State, the jihadist group yet remains a threat to this very day. Multiple reminders from our stories today that we do know there will be wars and rumors of wars, and we know that it will be as it was in the days of Noah, where violence filled the earth, giving us today's reminders to keep looking up.